Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final week of the Lent podcast. And this is Holy Week, leading up to Good Friday and Easter Sunday. So we're going to be looking at some of the events from that week in Jesus's life. And Shona is going to be kicking us off with the first one.
I am Dave. I've got a question for you.
Okay.
What is your favourite meal?
My favourite meal, I really enjoy a curry.
Any particular curry?
I quite like a chicken makhani from Spice in Chalfont St Peter.
Wow. Shop local.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Great curry. Great choice. And do you have a meal that reminds you of a particular person?
Ooh, yeah. So when I have a shepherd's pie, I think of my grandma because she used to make a really nice shepherd's pie.
Oh, nice. Brilliant. Well, will you read our passage for us today?
Yeah. So this is when Jesus was eating with his friends. And in Matthew 26, verse 26 to 28, we read this. As they were eating, Jesus took some bread and blessed it. Then he broke it in pieces and gave it to the disciples, saying, "Take this and eat it, for this is my body." And he took a cup of wine and gave thanks to God for it. He gave it to them and said, "Each of you drink from it, for this is my blood, which confirms the covenant between God and his people. It's poured out as a sacrifice to forgive the sins of many."
Great, thank you. Now, in another set of verses about that moment, it says about doing it in remembrance of Jesus, doesn't it, Dave?
It does.
And that's what it says on our communion table at church.
Does.
Let's do this in remembrance of me. And bit of a spoiler alert for you today. This happened before Jesus died.
Ah.
Exactly. So when Jesus was having this meal, he knew what was coming. But the disciples, even though he told them what was coming, they probably didn't for sure 100% know what was coming. Does that make sense?
Yeah, hadn't properly sunk in.
Yeah. So, Dave, you shared about the meals that remind you of your grandma, the shepherd's pie. And that was what this special meal was that Jesus was having with his friends. This was going to be something that they could do to remind themselves of who Jesus was and what he did. Obviously, as we come up to Easter, we are remembering what happened on the cross, and communion is a helpful tool for that. My question for you today is, why is remembering what Jesus did important? And how can that help us in our loving of Jesus and in our relationship or our friendship with Jesus if we have chosen to follow him? Another thing you might want to do today is you might actually want to take communion together as a family. So I'd love to encourage you to do that as well.
That'd be a great thing to do. What a really good way to start the week together as a family as you prepare for Easter. Thank you very much, Shona, for leading us through that. And we'll be back tomorrow with the next event from the Easter story.
See you later.
Bye-bye, everyone.